New Age deception number 6. The watered down version of the laws of attraction. And if anyone, I'm sure we're all familiar with The Secret and how this is kind of a very watered down version of really understanding how we collectively, how we in the aggregate create our own reality. And they want to teach us that we're all individually creating the reality that we experience, in some kind of a separate way. But because it's all based in wanting to do things for the self. This is how it's sold to people. Oh, you can learn this principle of attraction to make more money, to get the cushier job, to get the better car, to get the better house. It's very, very rooted in the modality of service to self, not service to others, and certainly not service to truth. Okay? The real laws of attraction are natural law. The fake law of attraction that is taught in the New Age movement is all based in ego. It's all about me, 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 me. And as a result, I have to call bullshit. Okay? The real laws of attraction always take in all 3 aspects of the expressions of consciousness. See, in the fake New Age, watered-down version of the laws of attraction, they teach us, hold the intention in your mind, feel the emotion in your body, and it'll come to you. Well, hold the emotion within, and what you want, your desires will manifest. They leave out the action part, magically, though. Let me jump back there. They leave out the action part. And action, again, is that sacred masculine dynamic. This is being left out in this watered-down variant of the New Age laws of attraction, which are rooted in ego. The real law of attraction is natural law, or what I've started calling the cosmic spiritual laws of consciousness. These are the inherent natural laws that exist in nature, man did not create, and they govern the consequences of our behavior. They're universal. They exist at all times and places. They're non-man-made. They are binding. We are bound by them, whether we understand them, acknowledge them, want to know them, or are dismissive of them or not. They're here. It's just like gravity. You're bound by it. It will have an effect on you. Just by belief in it, you're not going to change it. It exists inherently. And you didn't create it. It's non-man-made. It's immutable. It cannot be changed. Natural law cannot be changed. It is the law of the universe. It is the law of the creator of the universe. Man did not make it. Man cannot change it. It is that which is. It is truth. And it governs the consequences of our behaviors that we choose to bring the experiences to us through our free will choices. I've covered the expressions of natural law, how there's a generative force or polarity that we work with, and that's either love or fear. The positive expression is love, the expansive force of consciousness. The negative expression is fear, that which shuts down consciousness. And we move down, through the initiative or the beginning expression to an internal expression which operates within us, then to an external expression which goes out to work in the world in which we live. And then there's a manifestation, a result. Okay? It is something that has been generated, has been manifested as a result of how we're putting those expressions into work in our lives. So if we exist in the polarity of higher consciousness, expanded awareness, that is love. And it moves forward through the seeking of truth and the acquisition of knowledge. Then internally, through that knowledge of self, we come to recognize our own sovereignty, or what I call internal monarchy. The word monarch means one ruler. We only have the right to rule one being, and that's ourselves. That's it. We don't rule anyone outside of us, control anyone outside of us. We control our own thoughts, our own emotions, and our own actions, and nothing else. Okay? When we exist in that modality of sovereignty internally, and know that we're sovereign, and live that way, and practice that in our everyday lives, true freedom will result in our external manifestation. And the reason it's not is because so few people really are in an expanded state of awareness, do have a lot of knowledge, or are seeking truth, and do understand their sovereignty. I call freedom external anarchy, and I'll talk about what that word really means in a moment. And then when we put this all together, order results. That's how order is created. We do need a new world order. We need a new world order based in love, knowledge, sovereignty, and freedom. That's the light new world order. The dark new world order is going to be created by this column over here. Fear, ignorance. Fear is the mind killer. It is that which shuts consciousness down and puts the mind in chains. When we're in fear, we willfully choose to remain ignorant, to refuse the truth, to remain ignorant, to ignore what is there objectively and inherently in nature. When we are in that state of ignorance, internally we go into a state of confusion, and then confusion is internal anarchy, meaning there's no ruler or master within. We have to create a master within. We have to master ourselves. Okay? If there isn't that state of self-mastery within, then that's internal anarchy. And that's not a good thing. We need internal monarchy, being the one ruler and unifying all three aspects of consciousness in one. When we're in a state of confusion, we externally go into a state of control. That's just how natural law works. And that's external monarchy. That's someone outside of you telling you that they own you, that they're your master and you're their slave. That's chaos. That's evil. And there is such a thing. You know, that's not duality. That exists. That's real. That's true. And just note that these only work one way. You can't start with one dynamic and build anything over on this side. You start with that dynamic, you build straight down that column. You start with that dynamic, fear, over there, you can't build anything on that other side. It only goes straight down to that side and ends up in chaos. Understanding natural law and spreading that knowledge to anyone that you can bring that understanding to is what service to truth is all about. That's not service to self, and that's not even service to humanity. I tell people that all the time. I'm not serving humanity. I serve truth. I serve truth itself. Whether you want to look at that as God, the Creator, the universe, that's the force that I serve. We co-create our shared reality in the aggregate. Individual choices, either based in harmony or opposition to natural law, ultimately influence the quality of our shared experience. This dynamic acts as a perfect expression of the principle of correspondence in natural law. As above, so below. As below, so above. The microcosm is a reflection of the macrocosm, and the macrocosm is a reflection of the microcosm. Conversely to what the New Age movement will tell you, for a quantum shift in our world to take place, numbers are required. We don't have enough numbers to get this quantum shift done right now. That's why we have to bring the message of natural law to as many people as we can once we understand it deeply enough. Numbers are important.